It's been a year since the Moon administration announced its new Southern policy aimed at strengthening ties with that region. A special economic advisor to the president spoke to reporters today about what the policy accomplished and the road ahead. Hwang Hojun shares with us his remarks.
It's now been 1 year since the government declared a new Southern policy in order to dramatically strengthen relations with ASEAN and India.
And according to Kim Hyun-chul, who heads the committee tasked with implementing the economic part of the new Southern policy, there has been a dramatic improvement indeed. He briefed the press Wednesday morning, saying the biggest strides were made in economic terms. The trade volume between South Korea and ASEAN nations is continuing to grow and is expected to surpass $160 billion this year. In fact, Vietnam is now the third biggest destination for South Korea's exports after China and the US. And exports to Vietnam are expected to surpass those to the EU by 2020. The target nations of the new Southern policy have also become South Korea's biggest source of orders for overseas infrastructure construction, surpassing the Middle East. And despite the recession in the global auto industry, South Korean automobile companies are thriving in India. Kim also noted that the growing popularity of South Korean culture in ASEAN has helped small and medium-sized South Korean businesses to grow in various consumer markets. Regarding people-to-people exchanges, Kim said the new Southern policy has resulted in more than 10 million people visiting from South and Southeast Asian countries and a sharp increase in the number of Koreans studying in the ASEAN region. Last but not least, Kim said President Moon's new Southern policy has strengthened cooperation between South Korea and ASEAN on denuclearizing the Korean peninsula and establishing a permanent peace regime.
We will not be content with these achievements, but will produce even more results next year through the new Southern policy that the Korean people will be able to feel themselves.
President Moon's special economic advisor pledged that the new Southern Economic Committee will put all its efforts into making the target areas of the new Southern policy the partners of new growth engines while promoting South Korea's national interests there. Hwang Hojun, Arirang News.